Report. Yes, James Corbett of CorbettReport.com, back from summer hiatus. Thank you for your patience during my holiday, and specifically thank you to all of those CorbettReport.com members who participated in the Greek drama open thread that I left on the website just before I went away on vacation. I did leave it open for discussion, and thankfully there was a very lively discussion with hundreds of links and discussion on all sorts of different subjects, not just the Greek crisis, but all sorts of other unfolding news events while I was away. Thank you to each and every Corbett Report member who did leave their comments and discussion there. I hope people will check that out. But we are back from vacation. We are ready to roll up our sleeves and get right back into it. So let's do so with yet another conspiracy theory confirmed, namely that crazy kooky conspiracy theory that people can remotely control your car and kill you. Well, there was an experiment of sorts that was recently performed by Wired that proved just that. Hackers remotely kill a Jeep on the highway with me in it. This is a first-person account of just such an event that starts by saying, "I was driving 70 miles per hour on the edge of downtown St. Louis when the exploit began to take hold. Though I hadn't touched the dashboard, the vents in the Jeep Cherokee started blasting cold air at the maximum setting, chilling the sweat on my back through the in-seat climate control system. Next, the radio switched to the local hip-hop station and began blasting ski low at full volume. I spun the control knob left and hit the power button to no avail. Then the windshield wipers turned on and wiper fluid blurred the glass. As I tried to cope with all of this, a picture of the two hackers performing these stunts appeared on the car's digital display. Charlie Miller and Chris Valasek wearing their trademark tracksuits. A nice touch, I thought." And this goes on to talk about how everything in this Jeep Cherokee was able to be exploited by these hackers, including its dashboard functions, steering, brakes, and transmission, and how ultimately this person was steered off the highway and into a ditch. So, there you go. Once again, this idea has been around for a few years now and was confirmed by DARPA earlier. There's a video of that going around. It's certainly been talked about in recent times, but here is a really mainstream report on the subject. And the interesting thing about this one, well, this was actually done in the past, but in the past it was done with the hackers literally physically wiring their laptop into the computer's dashboard control system and being literally in the car while doing it. Well, this time they were able to do it from 10 miles away wirelessly by using the Jeep Cherokee's IP address. And if you didn't know that your car in this day and age comes with an IP address, well, welcome to the 21st century and the world of exploits and hacks. But don't worry, because the government is going to save us. Senators Ed Markey and Richard Blumenthal plan to introduce an automotive security bill. So the government is hard at work keeping you safe from those dastardly hackers. Unless, of course, it's the government that we should be worried about in all of this. But no, the government can't possibly be criminals, can they? Of course they can. And of course this story should bring to mind, to attentive listeners' attention, the crashes of convenience, Michael Hastings. Of course, I did cover this back in episode 274 of the Corbett Report, talking about journalist Michael Hastings and his fiery death in his Mercedes-Benz. And at the time, it was certainly talked about the possibility that this was a hack of sorts that took over control of his car and steered him off the road. I discussed that possibility back in episode 274, but crazy, kooky conspiracy theory like that, well, not so crazy or kooky anymore. And well, if we want to get even more grandiose, it's not just cars that are susceptible to this, of course. It's other forms of transportation, like airplanes. And so people might want to check out my report, How to Steal an Airplane from 9/11 to MH370, on this very topic if they haven't done so before. But that's an even bigger fish to fry, as it were. All the links to these reports will be in the show notes, so please do check back and check into these ideas if you haven't heard of them before, and the fact that they're becoming mainstream ideas at this moment in time. Very interesting. Once again, James Corbett, CorbettReport.com. I'm back at the wheel, and so please do keep checking CorbettReport.com for regular updates, videos, interviews, articles, podcasts from here on in. Thank you again for your patience during my holiday. I'm looking forward to talking to you again very soon. Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to the Corbett Report. Yes, James Corbett of CorbettReport.com, back from summer hiatus. Thank you for your patience during my holiday, and specifically thank you to all of those CorbettReport.com members who participated in the Greek drama open thread that I left on the website just before I went away on vacation. I did leave it open for discussion, and thankfully there was a very lively discussion with hundreds of links and discussion on all sorts of different subjects, not just the Greek crisis, but all sorts of other unfolding news events while I was away. Thank you to each and every Corbett Report member who did leave their comments and